easily browse at his own schedule to see upcoming fights or catch up on recent events. Never miss a punch by setting reminders that alert you on your mobile device.
I am here with the main event, Jay Swingler. How are you feeling?
Absolutely fantastic.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, watch where he catches this, and look at his body positioning, and he has to pull that back around under his feet.
Navigate fight night, key moments, replay the rounds and the action you want to see again and again.
Into the water for the final time. He's won the race to go along with a championship.
Absolutely magnificent. What a strike that is.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live from the Zone X Series. Let's see some thunder! Here we go. A clean shot, and it could be lights out. Looks like a pro boxer. 1, 2, 3, light him up. Your winner and the new champion.
The X Series is back, and we are in Leeds, England for the 12th round of crossover boxing. The main card is just under an hour away, but ahead of that, we have 2 fights for you in this intriguing prelim card. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Roundhouse Radio, and with me right now is the man behind it all, Mams Taylor, who has somehow figured out how to keep that drippy hat on, and of course, the one and only Ben Davis. How's it going, guys? What do you think about tonight's card? I've been saying all week, dark horse card, right? Dark horse card, people not giving it the credit where it's due. What do you think, Mams?
Well, I feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises tonight, a lot of surprises. And mystery opponent, I'm just so excited, so excited. We threw a lot of breadcrumbs. Some of them were the wrong types of breadcrumbs, others were leading to real clues. Ben, what do you think so far?
It's been great to see all the guesses that people have to who the mystery opponent is. We're going to find out soon, but, you know, Roundhouse, this is an ode to the small creators, in my opinion. This truly is a card for the fans, and the prelims, I think, live up to that, right? A guy like Most Wanted finally getting this shot, and how polarizing he is. Guys like Miles Raksu making their debuts. It's just exciting all around from top to bottom.
Speaking of Raksu, sorry, man, I'm sorry to cut you out there, but speaking of Raksu, him and OJ Rose, that's a different Raksu, but versus OJ Rose. OJ Rose brings it every single time. So a matchup like that, that's my fight of the night. I've said it for the last few fights tonight. When OJ Rose is on a card, it's a fight every single time.
Every single time he brings the action, but so does Raksu. And yesterday, what was really intriguing was the eye-to-eye contact. They had a lot of mutual respect, but they both agreed, let's leave it all out there, everything on the line.
It's interesting that Ashley Raksu is the lowest he's been in many years. The question I have is about the durability. We know that the businessman OJ Rose packs dynamite in the gloves. At this depleted weight, can Ashley Raksu handle it? Roundhouse, those are the questions that I'm asking for that matchup.
All right, well, thanks, guys. There's a lot of great points there. Here's a reminder. We got 2 great fights coming up on this prelims. First, there's the featherweight clash between the one and only Most Wanted versus Joey Knight. And then it's the turn of the heavyweights when Miles Raxu steps up against DTG. Man, that first fight, guys, you were just talking about it. Miles Raxu, right? Prelims. First time up on one of these cards, you know, very, very exciting. And then we also got Joey Knight, who he's a dog, man. I saw him walking around here. He's not someone that I would want to mess around with. We also got, obviously, DTG coming back. He's done great. He's improved a lot, which is one of these things that we see often. Here's that weigh-in right now, right? Joey Knight looks dialed in. He looks super, super confident. So these are all a bunch of really, really good fights that we've got here just on the prelims, and everyone seems to know it because this place is already filling up. What do you think, guys?
Oh, absolutely. And look at Joey's bone structure. That's a fighter's face. You know, that's been shaped by gloves. It's not, he wasn't born with that bone structure, you know?
Was chiseled into him after countless, hours of sparring. And listen, he's undefeated at 7-0. He's got two division champ on the regional scene. That is a Herculean task for Most Wanted, who had several weeks notice, has never competed before. I mean, I'm thinking of shades back to Misfits 09 for myself, Roundhouse, with this matchup.
You had a chance, all right? All right, you had a chance.
Most Wanted is really, we're going to rename him Most Ballsy, because 3 people turned down this fight, and one had agreed and got cold feet, and then Most Wanted said, look, please give me this fight. Please give me this fight. I'm like, all right.
And DTG versus Miles Raxu, guys, what do we think?
Height difference. I'm used to it.
All right. It's never slowed Mams Taylor down, all right?
Never,
I've seen some stuff from back in the day, all right?
But it is the big narrative about that matchup. I mean, Miles is massive, but DTG has all the experience necessary. Coming off of that unreal TKO of SX on the Prime card, I think DTG's in the best form of his career. I think he's riding some momentum, and while Miles Raxu is tall, DTG is certainly a tall task inside the ring.
Well, let's see. There's only one thing left, and that's for them to fight, so right to the MC, Huss.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first direct arena Leeds, England, United Kingdom for a night of boxing entertainment. X Series 12, brought to you by Dazn and Misfits Boxing and their proud sponsors, Prime Hydration, Stake.com, and Kick. Tonight's action is sanctioned by the Polish Professional Boxing Development, the supervisor in charge, Krzysztof Krasnicki. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for our first bout of the evening, scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. And now, please welcome to the ring, Most Wanted.
Here he is, like you were saying, Mams. Most ballsy, right? He looks confident, right? He's huge underdog. Coming up against a guy, like you were saying, Ben, he's got a lot more experience, he's been doing this a lot longer, but it's going to be that confidence, right? That, hey, can he bring that composure and that consistency to the ring that we've seen on the regional circuit? And that's going to be a big difference, right? I mean, you know better than anyone, Ben. Sometimes you got to go big or go home, right?
People say you bite more than you can chew, but Most Wanted has never wavered in that self-belief. And I asked him a little bit about his style. He said he's the second coming of Manny Pacquiao, so he's comparing himself to some of the all-time greats. We'll see if that success can be represented here in Misfits.
Absolutely, and on Twitter Spaces, his confidence knows no bounds. How will that translate his first time into a Misfits and Dazn ring?
It's cool he mentioned that he grew up watching KSI and the Sidemen, so it's surreal for him to be here now.
Oh, yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Joe Knight.
All right, I was talking about Most Wanted's confidence, but Joey Knight looks confident. He looks prepared. He looks ready. I mean, it doesn't look like he has a single nerve going in his system right now. He looks very, very composed and absolutely diced. That guy is in shape. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely got the confidence. And listen, you never know. I know Most Wanted has been boxing for a little while and practicing. Everyone has a puncher's chance. What a story it would be. What a great underdog's story it would be if he could pull off the upset.
It would be massive.
That's something people talk about a lot, though, right, Ben? Is sometimes people underestimate their opponent.
Absolutely, you know, and Most Wanted, I wouldn't say he's necessarily underestimating, but he is just so confident in himself. It doesn't even, like, resonate inside his solar system. But Joe Knight's made this walk many times before. He does it again here.
Yeah, but for Joey Knight, I mean, he could be underestimating Most Wanted, right? Could be.
I think fair estimation from Joe.
Riley, I heard you had a dance-off a couple of weeks ago and you underestimated and ended up second place in the dance-off. Your moves weren't quite translating anymore.
All okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. This bout is sanctioned by the Polish Professional Boxing Development. Timekeeper at the bell, Filip Pisula. And the third man in the ring in charge of the action, referee Georg Mielki. And the 3 judges scoring ringside, Sandog Bayeskalan, Tariel Zandukeli, and Gregors Warsek. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the black trunks, his official weight of 138.3 pounds, and tonight he's making his Misfits Boxing debut, hailing from Camden, London, England, United Kingdom, the Public Enemy, Most Wanted! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the navy trunks, his official weight of 137 pounds. And tonight, he is making his Misfits Boxing debut, hailing from Epsom, Surrey, United Kingdom, Joey Knight!
Well, the most amount of debuts we've ever had on a card.
True, 8 debuts overall.
Gentlemen,
I love that you do your research.
I try to, Mams, I try to.
You're not just here for a check, are you?
In the corner. Weißer.
All right.
Now it gets real for Most Wanted.
How nervous is he? What do you think he's feeling? I mean,
boys, just look at the corner. They look panicked. I'm not going to lie to you. Those are some stressed boys.
You know, with Most Wanted, he's got Gary Olive as that coach and Morgan Reeves as one of his main training partners. They feel confident, but yeah, you can see on the expression. We're about to find out.
Round 1. Most Wanted obviously comes out quickly and takes the center of the ring.
Gotta watch that left
hand. Huge right hand early.
Big haymaker.
Joey Knight usually fighting at a height disadvantage, finally meets someone his size in this short-statured first fight of the night.
Good clean jab from him right there, right at the start, trying to establish that range early.
Oh,
gets cracked with a big right hand.
Nice start for Most Wanted.
Joey Knight smiling, though, seems unfazed.
Most Wanted's doing the right thing, though, right? He's got to get that respect early, and this is what we talked about, right? When you're coming in as a big underdog, you got to set the standard early.
He's not letting Joe Knight really have any of his way, pushing the pressure. Now clinch here.
Just yet, though, but that jab's getting closer and closer and more educated, and that's something we'll see from a more experienced boxer, right? He knows he's got a few rounds for this fight.
That left hand of Knight's getting real close. You watch his past fights, he loves going to the body and then swinging hooks upstairs. Most Wanted better be wary of that.
He's taking his time. You can see it right now. He hasn't fired that power hand yet, right? He's just using the lead hand, taking his time, building his way into the fight. Pretty much exactly what you should be doing.
Exactly. He's measuring him. He seems very relaxed, just trying to figure him out.
That's one of the biggest things we see with experience, right? Is guys that know how to use every minute of all 4 rounds instead of just trying to win that first round, and then second round comes, they don't know what's going on.
Well, I love this southpaw and orthodox clash that we have here as well. Most Wanted. I mean, if he can win that foot battle and just send that left right down the pipe, good chance it'll connect on the chin.
Check hook is eating him up, though.
And I'll tell you this, if the round were to stop now, Most Wanted would win it.
Oh! Big right hand, left hook, and he moves away in style.
Most Wanted wants to get that one back, pushing forward. 70 seconds to go in round number 1. Joey Knight, I mean, this guy is good.
Still got a whole minute left, actually, but good jabs to the body from, and like you said there, Ben, Joey Knight's making the right calls where he's setting up that power hand and he's going to the body, and then he's going to start coming up stairs with that right hand after that jab to the body.
Most Wanted looking over the corner there. Distance management, Mams, is becoming his enemy.
Yes. He was trying to he was deciding whether or not to do the karate stance there, but he's not fully committing to it.
Shades of the nightmare. As we approach the final 30 seconds, Roundhouse, what a good round we've had.
Yeah, it's a great round. Back and forth.
Goodness! He was down at 30 seconds left in the first round. Left hook from Howell.
Wow, and like you were saying, Ben, we had a good close round up to that point, but it's about just slowly trying to find that shot, and Joey Knight just found that shot. A lot of time to work still, 20 seconds.
Clinch here for Most Wanted. He's trying to survive. Final 10. Can Joe Knight put an exclamation point on the first fight of the night?
Most Wanted does look back in it, though. Now he's going to have a bit of time to recover.
Wow, you can see his expression as he's walking back to that corner, not loving that round, Mams.
But you know what? I'm very proud that this kid has basically survived the first round. He's not going to get knocked out in the first round. That's something, that must be some relief, because everyone was predicting a first round knockout for Joey Knight.
And Mams, I'm sorry about that, Ben, but I thought he looked pretty good in the first 2 minutes until he got caught with that shot. He really doesn't look like he's completely out of place here. Is he maybe a bit less experienced? Sure, but he's still very much in this fight. He walked back to the corner and just kind of shrugged it off. He doesn't look totally broken just yet.
And let's remember that it's been a while since Joey Knight's been inside. There is going to be some ring rust, and it looks like he's starting to shake it off, but it's still there.
I was going to say, it looked like he has shaken it off with that knockdown for sure. But now Most Wanted, I think, knows the weapon that he's got to be wary of heading into round 2. That right hand should be glued to his chin, in my opinion.
Absolutely. It's been that check hook all night. That left hook definitely has been setting that up. Here we go for round 2.
You can have your thoughts and opinions on the Twitter personality, but he's shown a lot of heart here against Joey Knight.
The ring strips it all away.
Oh, what's happened here?
Joey Knight taking his time, though, right? He's not rushing the process. He got a good, clean knockdown. A lot of other guys might try to rush for that KO, but he's not doing that just yet.
And that's the experience. He's not rushing into doing a flurry, leaving him vulnerable to make a mistake. He's very measured and very calculated in his approach here.
Very extended clinch sequence here, Joe Knight. Maybe not liking it, Roundhouse.
I mean, it's honestly a good play as a boxer as well, right? If you don't want clinches, you make a big deal out of it every time it happens, and it gets the referee on your side. So it's a smart play, even if he's actually upset or not, right?
Most Wanted got clipped a couple seconds ago.
Nice
Joey Knight's right hand, I mean, it is electric, man.
Definitely his primary
You can
weapon.
talk to there, Ben. Joey Knight's doing the right thing, though. He's just touching him now. He's not sitting down on all of his shots. He's using a lot of these shots to find the range, touch him, score points, let him know, hey, no, I got that shot. And then we'll start to see him sit down on those punches once he's really found the timing.
I like this for Most, putting some pressure on, engaging with that lead hand, now going to the body.
I will say a little bit of fatigue on the face of Most Wanted right now. A little bit sloppier, his feet are a bit heavier under him, and that can happen when you get hurt as well, whereas Joey Knight's looking more and more fresh, right? It's like you were saying, man, shaking off that ring rust.
He's coming into his own now. Look how comfortable he is, dancing around, maneuvering with complete comfort. And Most Wanted, I know exactly how he feels in there. It almost feels, oh!
Wow. Standing 10 count. What a blistering shot from Joey Knight. He is a smooth criminal right now.
Style points on that one.
Very stylishly done.
Joey Knight came right over to the one only man Taylor.
Wow. Most Wanted still in this, though. He's trying to shake off the cobwebs, but he's stuck in the spider web.
Almost a minute left to work from Joey Knight. This is where we can start seeing a finishing combination.
Yeah, he's got to keep his hands up, and that fatigue, it almost feels better to get punched in the face than bring your hands up, and that's where I was going with that, and that's how Most Wanted was feeling. But then he's like, actually, I changed my mind. Let me try and put my hands back up.
Everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the face, and here's a couple big more shots. Good clean uppercut.
I think Socrates said that, and then Mike Tyson.
30 seconds to go. Can Most Wanted survive another terrifying round? Joey Knight is just hitting a different gear. Big right hand almost connects.
Oh, Most Wanted looking for the... He's looking for the timer. Then he gets the 10 seconds.
He's swinging back.
Right hook there, connected. Most just in survival mode at this point.
Joey Knight's trying to send his head into the rafters of the First Direct Arena here in Leeds, England.
I can't emphasize enough, I'm really proud of Most Wanted. Obviously, Joey Knight displaying superior skills, but Most Wanted has done really well to hang in there.
Yeah, he's been hanging in quite well. He's got a big cut under the left eye, sorry. No, it is the right eye. cornerman is tending to it right now, spitting out what might have been a little bit of blood there in the corner. But one thing I will say is he's not slowing down. He looks game. He looks ready to get back in there, but I think it's a bit of that fatigue that's starting to hurt him a little bit here.
That movement from Joey Knight, though, that was so slick, electric, and he almost thought it was a knockout. He did the walk-off, but Most Wanted didn't fall. He was like, no, I'm still here, but...
And that, I mean, a beautiful 3-2. And like you mentioned, Most Wanted still here. He is firing back. He is trying to clinch. There are some raw fundamentals here in Most Wanted that I think, if shaped and maybe developed further, he could be a pretty good boxer potentially.
This is a guy that I think we'll see again.
Absolutely. Both of them.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he might just be a bit over his head here, a little bit.
But like you mentioned, man, a lot of people turned down this fight. Most Wanted didn't.
Exactly. Although I think we are seeing why most people were turning down this fight, because those are some stop boys, I gotta say.
Have fun booking Joey Knight after this.
Yes.
Well, he's been texting me about Dean the Great.
Ooh, good body shots.
If I'm Most Wanted, I'm probably trying to clinch a little bit more, separate the distance and negate the offense from Joey Knight as much as I can.
You got to make it a bit of a dirtier fight. He is getting outpointed and stunted on as a boxer right now. And in a situation, boxer versus fighter, what do we always say, right? You got to make it dirty. You got to get in there. But does he have the endurance right now to make that happen? I don't know. I don't think so. Great combination. 4-punch combination lands from Joey Knight. Big left hook.
Most whiffs there on 2. Joey Knight.
Goodness me. Hands behind his back. He's just playing and toying.
And that's it. The referee's going to call it. And we had the towel in the hand of the corner there. I think that's a good call, good stoppage. I think we saw everything we needed to see. What do you think about that one, man?
I mean, if the corner didn't have the towel ready to go, they must have said something. I thought it would have been a premature stoppage otherwise. But nonetheless, of course, better to avoid anyone getting hurt, and Joey Knight was clearly winning that one.
And apologies for the language. Great fight from Joey Knight, though. He's letting Mam Sailor know. That was a great fight. That was a great fight. And that's what we see always on Misfits, guys, right? That's the first fight of the night, the prelims. The place is already almost packed out because they know that we don't take our time getting into it. We start with a bang every time. Am I right, Mam Sailor?
Every single time.
It's the only way to kick off 2024. Gotta say, love the respect here shown. Most Wanted smiling, having a good time inside the octagon. Everybody should be proud of what he went in there and did. But man, first fight of the night belongs to Joey Knight.
And let's listen for the official winner with us. And here is Huss with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute and 7 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by TKO, Joey Knight!
Brilliant performance by Joey Knight there, stunned on him. 2 knockdowns followed by the third ending, right? Big shot, wasn't a knockdown, but the referee decided it was enough. And at the end of the day, great showing from Most Wanted, but it just was not enough against a very, very skilled, technical, capable, and prepared boxer in the one and only Joey Knight.
It's one of those things when if the commentators are only praising the durability and toughness of a fighter, usually not a good sign. But again, full credit to him. Some good highlights here. Mams Taylor, walk us through it.
I mean, listen, he started things out really, really well. And here we have, look, good head movement. I mean, he's got potential. Unfortunately, the experience for Most Wanted was just too much to handle. And when Joey Knight really got comfortable, it was just picking his shots at will.
Yeah, and it was a great performance all in all from Joey Knight. And it was the thing is it seemed like Most Wanted had the ability to stop 1, maybe 2, but when those combinations started coming, it was all over. Big right hand, and you could just see on the face of Joey Knight, he says, I got you right where I want you. And the referee decided to come in and save the day.
And the experience of Joey Knight to wait, referee waves it off, doesn't go in. I mean, he knew that the fight was done and over, and I believe, Mams, that he might have mentioned Dean the Great to the camera. That's potentially a good
performance like that. You can mention whoever you want.
Yes, he was toying with him at the end, and I think, you know, watching it a second time, the referee made the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great fight. I thought there was a right call from the ref and a right call from the corner. You know, they had the They had the towel in their hand. They were ready to go. So it was a competitive fight in moments, but at the end of the day, we just saw a big skill difference and a big experience difference from Joey Knight. But that's not the end of either of those guys. I think those stories are just getting started, and that's what's great about the prelims.
Absolutely. Welcome to Misfits, Joey Knight.
Fantastic, guys. So much more great action to come tonight, and lots more to come on Dazn.
You only have two options. Either run with us or run from us.
So many great matchups on this night.
Oh, it's got in. Let battle commence.
My goodness, what a knockout. Jake Paul can have a very bright future in the PFL.
What a strike.
This is the zone, and there's plenty more miles to go before we sleep.
So much great action coming your way in 2024, and it's crunch time in the NFL as the road to the Super Bowl continues this weekend with the divisional playoffs featuring Green Bay at San Francisco and Kansas City at Buffalo, both live on Dazn. But there is some more action here with the next fight coming up. We got DTG versus Miles Raxu. Exciting fight, heavyweight, and the heavyweights always bring the heat. So what do we think about this one, guys? What made you put this fight together, Mams?
You know, Miles, obviously being Ashley's brother as well, which isn't why he's here, but, you know, he's been training. He's really been determined to get his debut with us. Has the same coach, obviously, as his brother, and his determination to get on a card really paid off, and it, you know, was the right opportunity. You know, DTG was supposed to fight against Master Uguay. Uguay had to pull out for family issues, and the opportunity was born. I mean, the height difference doesn't seem to concern DTG at all either. So I'm very curious to see how this goes.
Despite both being heavyweights, shades of a little David and Goliath, of course, with the physical differences. But DTG more experienced, right? 2 fights in Misfits, lost to Halal Ham back in October of 2022, and then came back big, first round TKO of SX. I think that he's going to be very confident. I just think the momentum's with him, right? He's been here, he's done this twice before. Miles hasn't.
Absolutely. Great fight coming up. Ben Davis loves a good David versus Goliath. We think we know that. So let's see what Huss has for us next.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our second bout of the evening, scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. And now, please welcome to the ring, Miles Raxu.
Taking his sweet time coming out. Taking his sweet time coming out.
There's a beat drop, Roundhouse. I bet there's a beat drop.
He's either really prepping up for something, or he's just not coming. We'll see. There he is. That's a big man.
He's a big man.
What is scary about Miles Raxu is that his brother Ashley has said that he's always been the better athlete, the more physically imposing guy. And while maybe this year he hasn't been as grinding with the fitness, once this fight opportunity came around, Ashley said he's been focused.
And that's the thing, is Ashley Raxu, that guy's already an athlete if I've ever seen one. So for him to say something along those lines about his brother, what is it, his cousin?
Cousin, brother, what is the relation?
I'm not sure either way. They can both fight.
They're brothers, and they were in the same band. And I'm not sure who's the better rapper, but we're going to find out who's the better boxer. I mean, speaking of being in shape, Ashley Raxu, abs are growing on his abs.
He actually has abs down his legs.
Yes, I saw some there as well. I mean, I didn't see them, but I heard.
Yeah, man's looking down there.
Jeez.
And I will say, like, you know, he might not be as dice as Ashley Raxu, but he's clearly a physical, big, strong fighter. I mean, this is heavyweight too, right? You don't need abs like that in heavyweight.
Well, they agreed to wait because of the size difference as well. So he did have to cut down, and he's definitely lost a lot of weight. So let's see if that affects his performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now please welcome his opponent to the ring, DTG.
DTG right out with it, wasting no time, gliding out we've seen a lot of improvements from DTG. We've seen him get better and better and better every single fight. And so what happens when that happens is it's really hard to predict because you don't really know who you're up against, right? Am I up against the guy who fought his first fight, or am I up against that last guy, or am I up against a completely new guy? And we're about to see. What do you think about this stuff like that, Ben?
If I were to bet, I'd say it's a further evolution. This is a better version than the guy we saw in October of 2023. It has to be. He just feels more confident. Feels like he's figured things out, Mams. And again, this storyline for me is the rap battles. It feels like the influencer boxing of old.
I mean, he really had a fantastic diss track.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been working hard. He's very excited, and he updates me very regularly. And you know, I can see the work ethics there. You can see he's in better shape than he's ever been in as well.
Still, huge size difference. I mean, look at the absolute size of these guys.
But they're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. This bout is sanctioned by the Polish Professional Boxing Department. Timekeeper at the bell, Filip Pisula, and the third man in the ring in charge of the action, Marek Cieslak, and the 3 judges scoring ringside, Sandog Bayeskalon, Gregor Swarsek, and Georg Mielki. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the blue trunks. His official weight of 208.6 pounds. And tonight, he is making his Misfits Boxing debut. Hailing from Watford, England, United Kingdom, Misfits And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the white and green. His official weight of 210 pounds. He has a record of 2 fights, 1 loss, 1 win, and that win comes in by way of knockout. Returning to the ring after a convincing win, representing not only South London, Croydon, but also representing Nigeria and the Hidden Leaf Village. Introducing Deji Aroye, a.k.a. DTG!
Quite an ovation.
What an intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy knows how to rip a mic.
Sweet. Head up, no holding, no logo. Listen my comments. Good luck. Good luck.
Referee wasting no time, keeping it clean, keeping it simple.
He's cutting the words out on that one. I mean, that was...
He said, listen up. These are the 4 things you need to do.
No logo.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
You know, talking about that R&B group, Raksu winning X Factor in 2017. Their single debuted at number 2 behind Ed Sheeran's song, Miles Doesn't Want to Come In, number 2 tonight, Roundhouse.
Absolutely. You can't come in number 2 in the ring. But right away, good movement from Raksu. Good jab, good 1-2.
Head movement from DTG, Mams. Like we said, he's improving.
He's improving.
And he's got to have that, right? When you're the shorter opponent, you got to work your way in, and usually that involves moving them hips, using the head, getting off the center line, and then making your opponent pay.
I would love to see DTG split the jab, work it in, and maybe fire that uppercut, Roundhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the uppercut would probably take a while to get in there. Maybe after the 2nd or 3rd punch, he's really got to get that 1-2, maybe that 3 in there, right? Use that, break the body, work the body, and then start coming up top.
And also patience. I mean, you got to feel out what Miles is going to bring in. You got to think nervous energy of the debut. That was a swing from him.
Absolutely. And he's got 4 minutes. I mean, a lot of people might think that's not a lot of time, but at heavyweight, that's a decent amount of time.
It feels like an eternity at any weight, especially when it's your debut.
I mean, don't talk to Arms about 4 3-minute rounds. Nice 1-2 to the body from DTG, and then a big right hand upstairs.
Miles Raksu wore it well, taking the center, putting that lead hand out. Feels like he's wearing the pressure from DTG, okay?
Rolled with it well, for sure. But we can see right away, it stopped that forward pressure for a second. Ben, I'd like to see some uppercuts from Raksu here.
I like that double jab that he just threw. I thought that was pretty good, right? Touching the guard, getting DTG's hands up. I think it's pretty smart. 1:15 to go in round 1. Ooh.
Oh, here's a big right hand.
Oh my goodness. DTG might be hurt. Very composed in this debut. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Miles, man.
Absolutely. You see tons of potential. Of course, there are some errors that we can detect right away, but areas that he can improve on. But really, for a debut, pretty impressive. You're right.
Absolutely, and I mean, that's what we say every single time, right? It's not about your debut. It's about, hey, are you game? Do you show up to fight? Do you seem like you have room to improve? That's everything I'm seeing from him right now.
Oh my goodness!
Down goes Raksu!
Sits him down with a 1-2. Huge shot from DTG. Is he going to make it to his feet?
I don't think
he's looking.
Took his time. He listened to that referee. He took every second that he could there.
Good for him. That takes composure.
What a rocker from the rapper. Now he's going in for the kill.
But that was an educated response there, right? He took his time. He knew he only had 10 seconds left in the round. Didn't rush back to his feet. Took his time. But man, that was a big shot. What do you think, man?
I blinked. I have to see the replay on that shot.
And he went down like a ton of bricks, Roundhouse. But credit to him, eyes were clear, took the time, got back up, wasn't stumbling. I'm impressed with the recoverability from the musician.
The eyes were clear, but the legs were locked.
Yes. but yeah, to your point, really very rare for a first timer to just react like that, take his time, digest. This is what's just happened. Let me group myself together and get up again.
Yeah, I've got a feeling he's been dropped in the sparring and the build-up to a fight like that, because that was very, very educated what he did there. He was smart. He was eyes locked on the ref, right, watching the count. But man, that was a huge shot straight down the pipe. And look at DTG, calm, cool, collected, ready for a bit more.
We talked about another iteration of DTG's skill set, and we're seeing it here. I mean, that double jab into the right, beautiful.
Absolutely, definite improvement from his end.
One punch knockdown power from DTG, that's new. That's new. But Miles Raksu is not out of this fight at all. Let's see what he's got.
I feel like using that long reach should be in Miles' priorities right now, Roundhouse.
Absolutely, right? Get back to using your footwork, get back to using your jab. Why are you brawling a guy that's at least 6 inches shorter than you?
Oh, guillotine attempt right there, maybe from one Miles Raksu.
Sat him down a little bit.
Oh, another right hand.
DTG is doing a great job at setting up that right hand. Double jab, triple jab, right? Taking his time with it. Miles Raksu says, enough of this boxing. Let's roll.
He's a fighter in his core. Both guys swinging.
Big second round, but man, this is just the start.
It's just the start. He's leaving himself pretty vulnerable. He's got to be careful to be as composed as he was on the floor as he is on his feet right now, because he'll get exposed again and get knocked out.
Absolutely, and this is a long fight, right? This is just the start of it. Although it could be a good strategy, really put it on DTG, test that cardio, right? If you've got confidence in your cardio, take it out of the equation. Use that as a weapon.
Both guys exchanging jabs. DTG is looking like a spear, but the uppercut from Raksu.
3 big shots in the hand for Raksu. Nice wobble a little bit for DTG there.
Couple deep breaths from Miles. Good head movement there from him. 90 seconds to go, and a push from DTG.
Referee, all business, says no. Fight. That jab is starting to find its mark from Miles Raksu.
Hands are down. If I'm DTG, I go back to the wheelhouse on that 1-1-2.
I go back to the body. Yeah, exactly. Find your fundamentals again, Ben. You're totally spot on.
Raksu covering up.
Huge combination from DTG's got him on the ropes.
Miles is looking gassed, Roundhouse.
They both are, honestly. DTG, he seems to find it, though. He finds that cardio, finds those shots.
Mams, this could be the beginning of the end.
He almost looked out on his feet for a second, but he's starting to recover, but that fatigue is not going away.
I mean, hands on the knees, not a good look, Roundhouse.
We got another standing 10 count.
Oh,
wow.
Not good body language from Miles Raksu here at all.
But he's answering the call. 20 to go. Can he survive?
It's them body shots. DTG's got to go back to that body.
And you see that body language, that's got to give you all the confidence in the world. But DTG is also not too far behind him in terms of being gassed.
It seems like DTG has the boxing fundamentals to be able to fight through the fatigue a lot better than Raksu at this point, though.
Oh, absolutely. He's showing that.
He is wobbly on those legs. I'm not saying potentially stop it between rounds, but this is where it gets to the integrity, the heart of the fighter, right? Can you answer the call for the next round?
And we're not even halfway, we're just halfway through this fight, right? I mean, there's still a long way to go. He looks absolutely exacted. Wait a minute, they're talking to the ref, and I believe he's calling it.
Wow.
And that's it. Like you just said, Ben, they decided to stop it in the corner.
He ate some bombs from DTG.
Huge win.
It 2 in a row for the rapper.
Excellent.
What a performance. I mean, completely revolutionized as a fighter. As we were talking about in the walkout, who's going to show up? I mean, an absolute dog showed up tonight. Those were some bombs. What's next for a guy like this?
Well, he's talked to me about a rematch and avenging his only loss, so maybe that's a possibility, but I think there are lots of other options as well. We'll be speaking next week, no doubt.
Good respect shown from both competitors. Miles Raksu ate some serious hammers, hung in there. He showed some good skills, but ultimately when you get gassed and there's nothing left in the tank, Roundhouse, the car stops.
Exactly. When there's nothing left, there's nothing left. I mean, I feel a bit bad for DTG. I think round 3 he was going to start really showing up because he had the fundamentals. And when you have the fundamentals, the fatigue doesn't affect you in the same way, right? Because you know what to do. You have the muscle memory. You're just doing what you're supposed to be doing. And we saw it just kind of fall apart for Miles Raksu because he just hadn't built in those fundamentals yet. What do we see from Miles Raksu, though? We saw a fighter. That's one thing. We saw a fighter. He wore some serious shots and he kept coming back for more. But like you said, when you're out of gas, you're out of gas. It just is what it is.
A setback to Halal Ham, and now 2 finishes in a row. A spectacular beginning to 2024 for one DTG. Now he's dancing.
He deserves to celebrate, absolutely. And
a fight like this really came down to big shots, right? Who was landing the bigger shots? Who was landing the bigger combinations? And the whole time, it was DTG. He started working with the body, and then he brought them hands up. He used the good combinations. He used the big right hand. He also used the left hook and that relentless pressure to be able to win with bombs up top, down low, and the fight ended with a corner stoppage. They said, we can't do it. We're not going to send our guy out there looking like that, and it is what it is. No win for DTG.
Absolutely. Respect to Miles Raksu for his debut, but DTG gets his flowers tonight for sure.
And again, I mean, we've talked about the different versions. I feel very scared for his next opponent, potentially, Roundhouse.
Oh, man, I wouldn't want to be it. He came over and he's asking fans what he saw.
We were impressed. It was excellent. Well done.
I think he's going to like listening back to the comms on that one because, damn. Great fight. Great respect shown, like you said there, Ben. Honestly, I loved that fight. I thought that was a great fight from both guys, but it just shows that even a slight advantage in skill can make a big difference over the course of the fight, right? There wasn't a huge difference in their ability that I saw, but there was definitely a huge difference in the outcome of that fight. Let's go to Huss for the official decision tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 2, your referee Marek Ciaslak puts a stop to the contest as the blue corner was in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner, Deji Aroye, a.k.a. DTG!
Fantastic win there from the one and only DTG. This is the type of guy that I think is just getting started. I mean, honestly, great performance, but like we've been saying, he's been getting better and better and better. This is the type of guy that we just can't wait for his next performance. I'm very excited to see what is next for DTG. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the prelims, but make sure not to go anywhere because in just a few minutes, we're back for the main card on X Series 12. We are just getting started.
Please welcome Ed Matthews.
He's fighting a mystery opponent. Nobody knows who he's fighting.
I fought AJ Bunker on contend.
Well, let's do the rematch. Don't get a choice. Why should you have the choice if you're a champion?
Well, if your co-pen fights support you,
and you treat me like this, you're a fake bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see some thunder!
Don't count him out of this fight just yet.
Deal. We got a brawl.
I love this.
She's wobbling. Oh!